Ladies and gentlemen, as we age, the small choices we make around food can have a surprisingly large impact on our health. Eggs, for example, are one of the most common foods in our kitchens. Simple, inexpensive, and packed with nutrients. Yet what many seniors don't realize is that the way eggs are stored, cooked, or even combined with certain foods can increase the risk of illness, inflammation, or dangerous infections. Today, we're going to uncover 10 egg mistakes that people over 60 should avoid to protect their heart, gut, immune system, and overall well-being. These are not complicated medical facts, just practical senior-safe habits that can prevent foodborne illness, cholesterol spikes, digestive issues, and hidden health risks that come with aging. One of the most common mistakes people over 60 make with eggs is eating them undercooked. Whether it's a soft-boiled egg with a runny center, an omelet that's slightly wet, or sunny side-up eggs with liquid yolks. While these may seem harmless or even delicious, they can pose serious health risks for older adults. And the reason lies in how aging affects the immune system. As we get older, our natural defense system weakens. This doesn't mean you are unhealthy. It simply means your body is slower and less efficient at fighting harmful bacteria and infections. Foods that younger people might tolerate without any problem can cause severe illness in seniors. And eggs are one of the most common triggers because they can contain salmonella or other dangerous bacteria. When eggs are not fully cooked, these bacteria survive, enter the digestive tract, and can cause symptoms like vomiting, fever, cramps, diarrhea, or dehydration. Symptoms that can be mild for younger adults, but extremely dangerous for those over 60. Many seniors also have chronic conditions like diabetes, kidney issues, high blood pressure, or heart disease. When combined with a foodborne infection, the body becomes much more vulnerable. Even a simple stomach infection can quickly escalate into a hospitalization. Another issue is dehydration, which hits seniors harder and faster. A bout of vomiting or diarrhea can lead to dehydration within hours, causing dizziness, confusion, low blood pressure, or even falls. This does not mean you need to avoid eggs. Eggs are an excellent source of protein, vitamins B6 and B12, vitamin D, healthy fats, and minerals like selenium. They support muscle health, immunity, brain function, and energy levels, nutrients that become especially important after age 60. The key is to enjoy eggs safely. And that starts with proper cooking. To make eggs safe, the white should be completely firm and the yolk should not be runny. For boiled eggs, this means cooking for at least 9 to 12 minutes until fully hard. For fried eggs, flip them or cover the pan to ensure the yolk solidifies. Scrambled eggs should never appear shiny or wet. Even dishes that contain eggs, like custards, homemade mayonnaise, pancake batters, or French toast, should be cooked thoroughly. If you love runny eggs, you can still enjoy them by using pasteurized eggs, which have been heated to kill bacteria but not cooked. These are safe for senior consumption even if lightly cooked, but they must be bought from reputable sources and used quickly. At the end of the day, the goal is not to fear eggs but to respect them. A small change, fully cooking your eggs, can prevent a major health risk. For seniors, avoiding undercooked eggs is one of the simplest, most effective ways to protect your health, keep your immune system safe, and continue enjoying this nutritious food every day. For many people over the age of 60, eggs are a kitchen staple, affordable, nutritious, and easy to prepare. But one of the most overlooked food safety mistakes is using eggs past their safety date, and this becomes especially dangerous for seniors. While younger adults might occasionally get away with eating older eggs, the same cannot be said for older individuals, whose immune systems have weakened with age. The danger begins with a simple misconception. Many seniors believe eggs can last forever in the fridge, or assume the expiration date printed on the carton is just a suggestion. But eggs, like all fresh foods, break down over time. As they age, the protective coating on the shell becomes thinner, allowing bacteria to enter more easily. Even when the egg still looks normal on the outside, harmful bacteria like salmonella can grow inside. Consuming expired or old eggs dramatically increases the risk of foodborne illness, something that seniors are far more vulnerable to due to slower immune responses. Another issue is that older eggs lose their nutritional value. As days turn to weeks, the proteins deteriorate, vitamins diminish, and the egg becomes more watery. This doesn't just affect taste and texture, it impacts how well your body can use the egg for muscle repair, brain function, immunity, and energy. Seniors rely heavily on high-quality protein to prevent muscle loss and weakness. Eating old eggs means your body receives far less benefit than it should. Seniors often keep eggs longer than recommended because they hate wasting food, especially when the eggs still look fine. But looks can be deceiving. An egg can smell normal and appear normal yet still contain dangerous bacteria. And since seniors are more prone to dehydration and complications from stomach infections, even a mild case of food poisoning can turn severe quickly. So how do you know if an egg is safe? First, always check the sell by, use by, or best before date on the carton. This date isn't random. It's based on how long the egg is expected to remain safe when refrigerated properly. Once past this date, the risk of contamination rises. A simple home test is the float test. Place the egg in a bowl of water. Fresh eggs sink. Older eggs stand up or float. But keep in mind, this test only shows freshness, not safety. A floating egg should always be thrown away, but even a sinking egg can be unsafe if too old. Another important point, store eggs in their original carton in the coldest part of the refrigerator, not in the door. The fridge door experiences temperature swings that make eggs spoil faster. For seniors, using fresh eggs is not just a matter of taste, it's a matter of health and safety. A single bad egg can lead to dehydration, dizziness, weakness, and hospitalization. Protect your health by choosing freshness, respecting safety dates, and discarding any eggs you aren't sure about. Your body deserves the best fuel, and fresh, safe eggs are a simple but powerful step in the right direction. Improper egg storage is one of the most easily overlooked but potentially dangerous mistakes, especially for seniors. Many people over the age of 60 grew up in a time when refrigerators were smaller, electricity was unreliable, or eggs were bought fresh from local farms. In those days, keeping eggs on the kitchen counter was normal. But today, with modern egg production methods and global distribution, the rules have changed. Storing eggs at room temperature can expose seniors to serious health risks that often go unnoticed until it's too late. The main reason eggs must be refrigerated in modern kitchens is simple. Bacteria thrive in warm conditions. One of the most dangerous culprits is salmonella, which can enter the egg through microscopic pores in the shell or already be present inside the egg. When eggs are kept at room temperature, even for a few hours, bacteria can multiply rapidly. For seniors with weaker immune systems, this can lead to severe food poisoning, dehydration, fever, and hospitalization. Another thing many older adults don't realize is that eggs purchased from stores today have already gone through a washing and sanitizing process. While this cleaning removes dirt and bacteria from the shell, it also strips away a natural protective coating called the bloom. Without this coating, eggs become more vulnerable to contamination and spoil much faster when kept outside the refrigerator. This means the old habit of leaving eggs on the counter simply doesn't apply anymore. In addition, temperature fluctuations create even more risk. If eggs are moved from cold to warm conditions, such as taking them out of the fridge and letting them sit on the counter, the shell begins to sweat. This moisture allows bacteria to penetrate the shell and reach the inside of the egg. For seniors, whose bodies cannot fight infections the way they used to, this is a serious danger. There is also a significant nutritional impact. Eggs kept at room temperature lose freshness quickly. The whites become watery, the yolks lose firmness, and essential nutrients such as B vitamins and antioxidants start to degrade. Seniors rely on nutrient-dense foods to maintain muscle strength, immunity, and energy levels. Eating older, poorly stored eggs means missing out on these benefits. Proper storage is surprisingly simple but incredibly important. Eggs should be kept in their original carton, placed in the coldest part of the refrigerator, not the door, where temperature fluctuates every time it opens. The carton protects the eggs from absorbing odors and helps maintain consistent humidity. Ideally, eggs should be kept at or below 4 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit at all times. For seniors, adopting this small habit can significantly reduce the risk of foodborne illness. Safe egg storage may seem like a minor detail, but it plays a major role in protecting your digestive system, supporting your immune health, and maintaining the nutritional value of one of the most affordable sources of protein available. Keeping eggs refrigerated isn't just a food safety tip, it's an essential health practice. A few seconds of precaution can prevent days or weeks of illness and ensure that every egg you eat is safe, fresh, and nourishing. One of the most underestimated dangers in the kitchen, especially for seniors, is using cracked or dirty eggs. Many older adults grew up in a time when food safety rules were simpler, and people didn't think twice about using an egg with a small crack or wiping off a dirty shell. But today, this habit can be far more dangerous, particularly for individuals over the age of 60 whose immune systems are not as strong as they once were. The shell of an egg might look solid, but it's actually covered in thousands of tiny pores. These pores act like tiny doorways that protect the inside of the egg only when the shell is fully intact. The moment an egg becomes cracked, even if the crack is small or hairline, those protective barriers are weakened. This gives harmful bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, and other pathogens the perfect opportunity to enter the egg. Once inside, bacteria multiply quickly, especially if the egg sits at room temperature or in a warm part of the refrigerator. For younger people, consuming a contaminated egg might cause mild discomfort or pass unnoticed. But for seniors, the consequences can be far more severe. As the immune system weakens with age, it becomes harder for the body to fight off infections. Even a minor bout of food poisoning can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, dehydration, dangerous electrolyte imbalances, and increased risk of falls. In more severe cases, bacterial infections can spread through the bloodstream, leading to hospitalization or complications affecting the heart, kidneys, or lungs. Dirty eggs pose a similar threat. Dirt or stains on an eggshell often come from the farm environment, soil, feathers, bacteria, or manure. When seniors wipe the shell or wash it incorrectly, they may spread bacteria instead of removing it. Washing eggs at home is particularly risky because warm water can cause the egg to suck in bacteria through its pores. This is why commercial eggs are washed and sanitized under controlled conditions, and why consumers are advised not to wash eggs at home. It's also important to understand that a dirty or cracked eggshell is not always obvious. Some cracks are nearly invisible, and dirt or residue can blend in with the shell's natural texture. This is why checking eggs before buying them, and again before using them, is essential. If you find a cracked egg in the carton, throw it away immediately. If any egg looks dirty, sticky, or stained, avoid using it. Your health is far more valuable than a single egg. To safely handle eggs, follow simple but effective steps. Inspect the carton before purchasing. Choose eggs with clean, intact shells. Store eggs in their original packaging to reduce contamination risks. Discard any eggs that crack during transport or handling. Never eat raw or partially cooked eggs, especially if the shell was compromised. For seniors, preventing infection starts with small but powerful habits. Avoiding cracked or dirty eggs is one of the easiest ways to protect your health, support your immune system, and ensure the food you eat is safe, clean, and nutritious. Eggs are often praised as a superfood, and for good reason. They're packed with protein, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats that support muscle health, brain function, and immunity. But for adults over the age of 60, there is one important caution. Eating too many egg yolks can become a serious risk for heart and blood vessel health. This doesn't mean seniors must avoid eggs altogether, but understanding how cholesterol works is essential for protecting long-term health. The egg yolk contains most of the egg's nutrients, but it also contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol. For most healthy adults, this isn't a problem. However, many seniors already have age-related changes in blood vessels, higher LDL levels, slower metabolism, high blood pressure, or conditions like diabetes or heart disease, all of which increase sensitivity to dietary cholesterol. As we get older, the arteries naturally become stiffer and narrower. The body also becomes less efficient at clearing excess cholesterol from the bloodstream. When too much cholesterol enters the system, especially LDL, the bad cholesterol, it can accumulate on artery walls, forming plaque. Over time, this leads to atherosclerosis, a major risk factor for heart attacks, blocked arteries, strokes, and circulation problems in the legs. This is why eating too many egg yolks can be risky for seniors, even if the rest of their diet is fairly healthy. While eggs themselves are not harmful, portion and frequency matter. Consistently eating multiple yolks per day can increase LDL cholesterol in individuals who are already at higher risk. And because older adults often have reduced physical activity and slower digestion, the effects of dietary cholesterol can linger longer in the body. Another factor is that many seniors pair eggs with other foods that further impact heart health, such as butter, full-fat cheese, processed meats, or deep-fried items. This combination compounds the problem, adding both cholesterol and saturated fat, which together raise the risk of arterial blockage. However, eggs can still be enjoyed safely with a few simple adjustments. Many seniors benefit from a balanced approach, such as eating one whole egg plus extra egg whites, which offer protein without additional cholesterol. Egg whites contain zero cholesterol and still help maintain muscle mass, energy levels, and satiety. Seniors with heart or blood pressure issues may consider limiting egg yolks to a few times per week, depending on personal health conditions and medical advice. It's also helpful to pair eggs with heart-friendly foods, vegetables, whole grains, olive oil, and lean proteins. This not only reduces cholesterol impact, but also supports better digestion, circulation, and nutrient absorption. Ultimately, the key is not eliminating egg yolks, but using them wisely. For seniors, the goal is to protect the heart, support the arteries, and avoid unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system. With mindful choices, eggs can remain a delicious, nutritious, and safe part of the diet, helping older adults stay energized, strong, and healthy without increasing health risks.